What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, first of all, shout out to the subscriber that let me know about this, man. This is getting ridiculous, y'all. Like, I want to know exactly what Stephen Waddell Curry did to surpass Magic Johnson. I don't want to hear nothing about no fucking shooting. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about him being able to shoot threes. That makes him a better point guard. That's so stupid. Okay then, well, Kevin Durant's a small forward, than LeBron because he's a better shooter then. Right? No. What people bring up then? The resume. Magic Johnson's resume is better than fucking Steph Curry's. And it's not even particularly close. But then these assholes want to bring up the shooting. Well then, Kevin Durant's a better shooter than LeBron James. So therefore, he's a better small forward. Well, really, I mean, you could say Larry Bird, right? Bird's a better shooter. Bird's a better playmaker than LeBron. I don't hear about no assist averages as much as LeBron handles the basketball. Bird had to contend with Nate Archibald and Danny Ainge and Dennis Johnson sharing the basketball. You know what I'm saying? And Kevin McHale, once he got the ball, he almost never passed it back out. So Bird still averaged over 6 assists per game. So this is ridiculous. But besides that point, look at this list. So this is from the Game Day Hoops, right? Look at their top 5. Look at this. Curry, Magic. What the fuck is Chris Paul doing up here, man? What is Chris Paul doing up here, ladies and gentlemen? Whoever did this list. Okay, look. Oh, Lord, man. Who did this list? Who did this list? How is Chris Paul the third greatest point guard to ever play this game? When this guy's never won any damn thing. He's never performed well when a team needs him to in the playoffs. He's always choking. Somehow, some way, Chris Paul fails. And I've been defending Chris Paul for the longest time, but even I had to take a step back. I had to take a step back after the finals, man. And then after the last year, I had to take a step back, man. Like, every year, something with Chris Paul. Every year. Either he doesn't play well, or he suffers an injury, which I guess isn't his fault, but still, goddamn, man. Every year, these ill-timed injuries, or these slumps he go into when the team needs him, he disappears when the team's getting blown the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? The team be losing by 40-some points, and you forget Chris Paul is out there. But you got the nerve to say he better than Isaiah Thomas? This is the thing. Let's look at Isaiah Thomas for a second, who has 2 championships. Chris Paul has none. Alright? Let's look at the people that Chris Paul got to play with in his career. Right now, and this is how, but it's strategic why they pushing Chris Paul up there like that. I'll tell you why. It's strategic. Before I forget to mention this. See, if the Lakers happen to beat the Warriors in the playoffs, right, they'll say, well, he just beat the greatest point guard that ever lived and the third greatest point guard of all time. You see what I'm saying? They want LeBron. It almost always goes back to LeBron, man. They want LeBron to have played against the best and they want to downgrade the people that Jordan went against. So that, hey, if they can't argue rings, if they can't even argue accolades, the Dick Lick Nation will at least try to say, well, LeBron's competition was better. Anything to promote this garbage. But the more they do it, the more we resist. Because the more we see it's a manufactured bullshit argument. But getting to my point I was trying to make. Isaiah Thomas only played with, one top 75 player, and that's Dennis Rodman. John Stockton, for the most part, only played with one great player, and that's Karl Malone. And I think that's the only top 75 player that he played with. Let us look at some of the people that Chris Paul is going to play with. He's going to play with Steph, right? He's getting ready to play with Clay, who's a future Hall of Famer. He's getting ready to play with Draymond, who's a fake-ass Hall of Famer. Right? He was playing briefly with Kevin Durant, Hall of Famer. Devin Booker, likely future Hall of Famer. Right? Was playing with DeAndre Ayton, who's probably going to be an all-star a few times in his career, right? Especially if he ever gets fucking motivated. Before that, where was he? He was playing with OKC, right? With Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I believe, right? Who is going to be a future star and is a star in the league right now, but was a future star at the time. And who knows? He might be a future Hall of Famer. We don't know. Got to see how his career progresses. Then before that, he was playing with James Harden, future Hall of Famer. And just trying to think in my head the teams he was playing with. Playing with James Harden. Then he was playing with, who was that, the Clippers team? That had Blake Griffin, a perennial all-star until, age and injuries caught with him. DeAndre Jordan, who was an all-star 1 year. Then, when he was with the Hornets, it was multiple all-stars he was playing with. So the point I'm getting to is that those guys and Curry played on with teams that had superior talent, right? Isaiah Thomas and Stockton went up against some of the most top-tier talent the NBA's ever seen. Whether you talk about with the Jazz, they played against the Showtime Lakers, or Run TMC, or Kings Rockets, or Chris Webber's Kings, or later on Dirk Nowitzki's Mavericks, or Charles Barkley's Suns, or the other version of Suns that had Tom Chambers and KJ, or you're talking about Dave Robinson's Spurs, or you're talking about the Sonics with Gary Payton and Sean Kemp, or whether you're talking about that Denver team that had Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf and fucking Dikembe Mutombo and LaFonso Ellis and you know what I'm saying? They went up at Clyde Drexler's Portland Trailblazers. They had to contend with some of the most talented teams. Then the Showtime Lakers were always battling, Isaiah Thomas, they were always battling, whether you're talking about the Bulls, or whether you're talking about before that the Celtics, or the Sixers, or in the finals, whether you're talking about Clyde and Portland, or whether you're talking about the Lakers, who they swept, played Lakers 2 years in a row. Come on, man. How the fuck is Chris Paul top 3? Where's Oscar Robertson? If we can talk about motherfuckers that got no rings, Oscar Robertson was a better offensive player, better rebounder, bigger, stronger, faster, more dominant, triple-double king, was carrying teams, won an MVP award. How the fuck is Chris Paul over Oscar Robertson, you non-basketball knowing niggas?